Picture this. The Infinity Castle shifts, the Baiwa strums, the upper moons are gathered, waiting for Muzan's orders. But instead of a Hashira falling through the dimensional doors, it's a 16-year-old kid in a green jacket, and he's reaching for his wrist.
You guys get animal, I'll take care of Jumbo.
Welcome back to Geeky Fanverse. Today we are tackling a crossover battle so massive it breaks the scales. We are throwing Ben Tennyson, the wielder of the Omnitrix, into the absolute nightmare that is the Demon Slayer universe. We are not just asking if Ben can beat one demon, we are asking, can Ben 10 run the ultimate gauntlet? Can he start from the lowest, weakest fodder demons, carve his way through the lower moons, dismantle the upper moons, and finally stand face to face with the demon king himself, Muzan Kibutsuji? Now, before the comments section completely explodes, let us establish the ground rules for this power scaling deep dive. Rule number 1, no Alien X. Look, we all know Alien X just blinks, and the Demon Slayer verse gets erased from reality. That is a boring conversation, and we don't do boring here. We want a real fight. Rule number 2, Ben has master control. This means he can switch between his aliens instantly with a mere thought, allowing him to adapt to the insane blood demon arts he is about to face. Rule number 3, and this is the big one, so listen closely. A lot of you are already typing, but wait, you need a Nichirin Sword or the sun to kill a demon. Ben doesn't have a sword, so he loses instantly. Wrong, and here is the science of why. Nichirin Swords work because they are forged from crimson ore that has absorbed sunlight. If a chunk of metal that merely absorbs sunlight can permanently kill a demon, what do you think happens when they face an alien that generates literal solar radiation? Furthermore, demons regenerate from their surviving cells. If an attack has enough AP, that's attack potency, to vaporize a demon at the subatomic level, there is zero biological material left to regenerate from. You cannot heal from being turned into plasma. The Omnitrix doesn't need to follow the rules of the Demon Slayer core, because the Omnitrix operates on a cosmic planetary scale. Rule number 4, Ben cannot get help from his team because, Gwen literally uses magic. All she has to do is transform herself, do some spell, or teleport them to Sun. And Grandpa Max comes with a contingency plan from his plumber agency, so we're not doing it. So with the rules locked in, let's ring the bell. We begin at the bottom of the food chain, the average demons and the lower moons. Honestly guys, this is barely a warm-up for Ben. In the Demon Slayer lore, Muzan himself was so disgusted by the weakness of the lower moons that he slaughtered almost all of them in a single meeting. If Muzan doesn't respect them, Ben certainly isn't going to break a sweat. Let's look at the lineup. You've got Kyogai, the drum demon who flips rooms around of Tsuzumi Mansion. To a human, that is disorienting and deadly. To Ben 10, he just dials up Gravitak. Gravitak controls the fundamental force of gravity. Kyogai can hit his drums all he wants, but Gravitak simply locks Kyogai to the floor under 100 times normal gravity. The fight is over in 3 seconds. Then we have Rui, lower rank 5. Rui's whole gimmick is his razor-sharp threads that can slice through steel, and his twisted spider family. This is where Ben plays the elemental counter. He slaps the dial and goes Swampfire. Swampfire's body is made of highly combustible regenerative plant matter. Rui's threads would slice right through him, and Swampfire would instantly reattach his limbs as if nothing happened. Then he unleashes a blast of methane fire that incinerates the webs, the forest, and Rui along with it. Fire is the ultimate cleanser for a spider web. What about Wakaraba, the demon who tried to run away from Muzan? Ben goes XLR8 or Fast Track, breaking the sound barrier to clothesline him before he even takes 2 steps. And finally, Enmu, lower rank 1, the dream demon who fused with the Mugen train. Enmu thinks he has the ultimate trap, putting his enemies into a deep sleep and destroying their spiritual core. But Ben has the ultimate counter for dream manipulation, pesky dust.
You think you can pull my show? In your dreams.
Good idea.
Pesky dust is a Nemuina. This species has absolute terrifying control over dreams. If Enmu tries to pull Ben into a dreamscape, pesky dust will simply hijack the dream, turning Enmu's subconscious into an inescapable nightmare prison. Enmu gets out-hacked in his own element. The lower moons are cleared in under 10 minutes. Ben doesn't even need to use his heavy hitters. And just like that, the lower moons are history. From the reality-shifting drums of Kyogai to the nightmare fuel of Enmu, Ben Tennyson didn't just survive, he dominated. It turns out that when you bring cosmic-level technology to a sword fight, the monsters start looking a lot more like minor inconveniences. But don't get comfortable. We all know that the gap between a lower moon and an upper moon isn't just a step, it's a god tier leap. In part 2, the gloves are coming off. Ben is moving into the Infinity Castle to face the beings that have slaughtered Hashira for centuries. How does the Omnitrix handle the lethal poison of Gyutaro? What happens when Akaza's compass needle meets an alien with no fighting spirit? And can any alien, even the heavy hitters, survive the chaotic moonblades of Kokushibo? Before we head into the elite ranks, I want to hear from you. Based on what we saw in round 1, which alien do you think is the absolute MVP of this gauntlet so far? Is it the elemental power of Swampfire or the dream hacking of pesky dust? Drop your picks in the comments, smash that like button if you want part 2 to drop ASAP, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. You do not want to miss what happens when Ben 10 meets the top 3. Thanks for watching Geeky Fanverse. The real fight starts now.